Do you have? Yes. Okay. Then next one. Which child likes peace and avoids arguments? Likes peace. Okay. I have here, I have there. All right. The next one, that's the last. Which child behaves like a lawyer during discipline? I put it to you. You can't give me that cane. In fact, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, only 4 in our houses. I put it to you 4. Okay. So you see, children are different. Even if you have 3 or 4 children, they all behave differently. They all have the differences. And parents, we need to learn about these differences to help us raise them well. So we are going to learn why children behave differently, even when they come from the same home. As I was mentioning this, Edda was raising a hand, but I don't think it's one person who is exhibiting that behavior. Children, all the children have these behaviors. They exhibit it once in a while or during their lifetime. One child talks too much, another cries easily, another wants to control everybody, another behaves like the elder in the house. And the good news is that many behaviors are connected to temperament. How they behave, how they think, how they react, it's connected to their temperament. So when we understand this, parenting becomes easy. So number 1, let's take this. Understanding temperament. What is temperament? What is temperament? We are all in one class. So they say, yeah, level 4. Yeah, my whole level say. Level 300 or level 400. 400, the questions will be deep. So level 100. Level 100 in temperament class. Okay. Then level 100. So what is temperament? Some questions will have, when you answer it, I have gifts for you. I have gifts for you. And no answer is wrong in my class. Every answer is correct. As soon as you raise your hand, cry, you have gotten the answer. It's correct. Okay, Edda, you say something.
Yes, I think that a person's character, or the traits that a person exhibits can be termed as temperament.
Edda, Edda. So Edda will get a gift, but if you answer again, you won't get a gift. Thank you. Yes. So, yes, Anita, my daughter.
So temperament is the inborn trait of a person, what the person is born with.
Good. I told you, my class, nobody is wrong. There's no wrong answer. Please clap for her. So it's the inborn trait. Even if you don't know, I've put it inside my slides. So as soon as I ask a question, I just look on the slide and bring it back. We will discuss. It's an inborn trait. That's the natural personality or behavior the child is born with. So it's an inborn trait. Whether you beat the child, whether you take the child from here to America, whether you are born here and you give birth here and you take the child to Nigeria, this child is an inborn trait. He's going to exhibit it. At times, environmental issues can affect it small, but the natural one will not be affected. For example, one baby may be calm, quiet, but another is active and restless. That is how the person is born, and that is an inborn trait of that person. Even children raised in the same home by the same parents can behave very differently. Because temperament is natural, it's inborn trait. How the person exhibits any character is how the person is born. The way the person is born with. So some children enter a room and everybody hears about them. Me, myself, my school days, Wherever I go to school, everybody knows me. I might not know everybody, but they know me. But there might be somebody who will also go to the same school, but nobody will ever know that person. I quite remember I went to stay with one of my husband's friend. And one day we were discussing something. I told my husband's friend that, do you know my husband also went to high school, Kumasi High? He said, no, your husband didn't attend Kumasi High. I said, my husband attended Kumasi High. I have the certificate. No. Me, I attended Kumasi High. But apparently, they all went to the same secondary school. They completed the same year. But he didn't ever see my husband in the school. Can you imagine? So I said to my husband, you were saying you went to Kumasi High, but your friend is saying you did also don't mind him. I was seeing him every day, but he never saw me. And one time, his sister went to the school to look for him. And they said, no, there's nobody by that name here. Or did he say he do you lie and said he comes to Kumasi High? So no, I dropped him here. I brought him here. I said, no, there's no boy like that. So one guy was passing and said, oh, are you talking about that S.D.A guy? Oh, let me show you. They went there. He was in the library learning. So this is my brother. So, oh, he is in the school, but nobody knows him. But for me, if I were to be there, do you think they won't know me? Everybody will see that I'm there. So, different people, different behaviors, different attitude, and different things. But they might come from the same house, but different attitude. That is how temperament is. So let's move on. We have 5 types of temperament. I will take one. The first one is the sanguine child. Somebody will say sanguine. Somebody will say sanguine. They all mean the same thing. Sanguine child. Parents are also exhibit the same characteristics as sanguine, phlegmatic, supine, all of them. But now we are talking about children, so I will be bringing them in, parents in one by one. When we say a sanguine child, who is a sanguine child? A sanguine child is a happy child, a social child, somebody who is sociable. And there is an animal connotation to it. Okay, this one there. What is it there? Then I have to ask you. Which animal do you think we can connote to a sanguine child? Animal which is sociable. Animal that can jump, run, socialize, even if that animal sees human being, will come close. You know, some animals see you and they will be running away. But this animal will come close and will even come and pick your dress and, play with you and all that. Madam. Come again. Not really. In my class, there's no wrong answer. So it's not really a dog, but another animal that can jump. All right. Parrot. No. Try again. Teacher, I don't want you to try. Let mommies try. Then after that.
A cat.
Come again. Yes. Mommy, say it louder. Say it louder. Mommy is saying something. Bring the microphone.
Monkey.
Mommy, another one. Say it.
Monkey.
Yes. Clap for mommy. Clap for mommy. Come for your gifts. So that animal, we always connote a social child to a monkey. You see the way monkeys are. When you go to where they are they your friends? They are not your friends, but as soon as they see you now, they start running to you, jumping, showing their skills and all that. And one color that we connote to sanguine is also yellow color. Yellow represents happiness, excitement, warmth, friendliness. So we connote yellow to them. This was, I'm going to ask you. After here, I will ask you, then I'll ask you a question. So a sanguine child is naturally lively, sociable, expressive. They enjoy being around people and often become the center of attention wherever they go. As soon as they come here, you see them. You see them climbing the chair. Say, Jai, Sit down. No, 2 minutes. You see them climbing again. You see them going to other people. You see them touching people. You see them being sociable. These children are usually cheerful. They can quickly brighten the atmosphere at home, in the classroom, everywhere. But they are highly sociable and energetic. And they struggle with concentration, consistency, and completing tasks. When you give them one task, wash these dishes, this child will start washing it. As soon as she hears music outside, she will go and listen to the music and dance. She hasn't finished washing the dishes. So then a friend will call her. Oh, let's go and play ampe. You see her playing ampe. By the time she comes back, Enyema is late. So if this child is in your class and you give her a drawing, she will never finish because she will draw small and she will go and play. She is easily distracted by people, by noise, or by exciting activities. When you have this child in your house, this child can make friends easily. Even when you get visitors, you've not asked her to do anything, but you see she will start asking, Madam, what is your name? Madam, where do you come from? Did you bring your sponge? So will you sleep here? When will you go? She will be doing all that for you. She's trying to make a friend out of your visitor. So you see them always, when you even blink your eye, like you have told them already that when you see visitor in the room, go away. Don't stay there. When you blink your eye, you say, Mommy, why? Mommy, why? Mommy says, I should go, so I'm going. So she's so friendly, she's so sociable. Even when your visitor arrives, this child suddenly becomes assistant host in the house. She will be hosting your visitors for you. One of the best visitors. Even if you are not there, your visitors will feel at ease. They are okay. That is a sanguine child. And look at their strengths. Some of their strengths are they are friendly and approachable. They are confident in social situations. So when it's 13 Sabbath and you give that child, I always say 13 Sabbath, it's supposed to 12 Sabbath. You give that child memory verse. This child will learn it, come and stand here, say his or her own. After that, you see her going back to join the line again for you to get to her turn again for her to say it. She's not afraid of the crowd. She's okay. She's fine. She's creative. She's expressive. She brings joy and excitement to others. She makes friends. She's generous. Sorry. And when I do her, by the time you realize she has taken the food, share it with her friends. Because that's what gives her recognition. It makes her happy when she does that. Sorry. When you give her money to send to school, on the way, she will buy things and she'll be spreading her friends. This is when you don't take care, and you parents, you don't realize it. Because she wants to fit in with her friends, she will start stealing. Because she wants to be recognized. She wants her friends to appreciate her. I was having a daughter like that. You know, in my house, I have 4 biological, but I have 6 adopted. We all live together. And this girl will pick everything that belongs to you and go and give it to the friend. Because she wants the friend to, she said that I come from this home. I come from this home. So she wants to maintain that status quo. So she will pick and go and give. So what I tell her, don't pick my things. If you pick my things, serious case for you. So this child is easily distracted. This child talks excessively. You know, the Bible says when you talk too much, so this child always makes him from so after talking excessively, then why do you know what? Then she'll be reflecting. Did I talk too much? Did I say this? Did I say that? And she will talk and say things that are not, you will say not inside. Things are not there. She will be saying because she wants to brag. So she talks excessively. She may forget instructions. When you tell her do this, she forgets. because she's going to play. She has other things. Then she struggles with focus and organization, and she can avoid responsibilities. She can adopt bad behavior because they want to please their peers. Because a friend will say, if you don't give me this, she will adopt their behavior. If you don't smoke with me, you are not part of us. She will adopt it because she wants to belong. She wants to be part of the peers. So should I move on? All right. Then let's go on to some parenting tips. How do we parent such a child? A child exhibiting these characteristics. Are you going to say, now sit down? Did I tell you to go there? Sit down. Must you be shouting at that child all the time? What do? What you have to do is, one, you give short, clear, simple instructions. Because if you give ambiguous instructions, this child cannot follow. So you break instructions into steps. You give small instructions at a time. And you keep repeating the instructions. Keep repeating them. I told you to do this. Have you done it? Go back and do it again. And use reminders and routines to improve consistency. Let the child do what she does best. Do it all the time. Repeat it. Otherwise, it will not stick. So whatever you say will not stick. You break tasks into smaller steps. Encourage responsibility and task completion. Praise positive behavior. On it. Praise positive behavior, because when you give positive reinforcement, the child do it more. When you tell me, oh, you did well. Oh, you have done well. And my husband will tell me, oh, or you dear man. And when I'm doing something for him, I do it, I give my all out. Just say, I will give it to you because he will praise you. We all love praise. Jesus loved it. And we are human beings, we also love it. Why don't you give it to your children? Praise them. Give them hug. Tell them you love them. Even if you tell them you love them today, a sanguine child will still like you to say, I love you tomorrow. The same happens to a sanguine wife. A sanguine husband. You assure the person that I love you. But the next day, you have to say it again. If you hug me today, say it again tomorrow. If you give me money today, say it again, give it to me tomorrow. Don't say last time I said I love you, so it carries. No, it doesn't carry. That is how it is. So instead of shouting at them, say, let's finish this work first so we can play or talk later. A sanguine child does not usually misbehave out of wickedness. They are naturally energetic and socially driven. So you need structure. You need patience. You need guidance to guide such a child. To use her positive vibes. Use her energy. She is full of energy. So you need to guide her. You need to structure it so that you can get the best out of her. Let me move to a choleric child. When we say choleric, a strong-willed child, a strong-willed leader. Characteristics, Nubini say, what do you think will be the animal associated to such a person? Strong-willed. Strong-willed. Oh, you are afraid to try, and I try, eh? I told you this class, no answer is wrong. When you don't say it, I'll say, you don't say the right word, I'll say try again.
Lion.
What? Which one?
Lion. Lion.
Lion. Hey, Mama Musemano. Why are dear Pao? You have done well. It's a lion. Strong-willed. When a lion wants something, want to catch this animal, until the lion will catch the animal. Chocolate for you. Until this lion catches the animal, it won't stop. And the color is red. So a choleric child is naturally bold, confident, and determined. They like to take control. So if your child likes to take control, make decisions, and lead others, that child is exhibiting choleric behavior. And these children are usually independent and may dislike being controlled or constantly instructed. Instead of the sanguine, you give instruction. The choleric doesn't like you to give instruction. If you want to give, you give one instruction, that's it. If you keep on giving instruction, we say, Mommy, you are nagging. Mommy, you like talking too much. Mommy, why do you like talking too much? Haven't you been hearing this? Mommy, you talk too much. I don't like that. Choleric children are often born leaders. When you put these children in a group, at the end of it, you see the child exhibiting leadership characteristics. And this child is courageous, outspoken, and not easily intimidated. No matter how you beat that child, if that child wants to climb this stairs, you bring the child back, you beat him, the child will climb the next day. You beat him, he will climb. Until he has achieved his aim or goal, he will never stop. That is choleric child. And because of that personality, they appear stubborn, bossy, impatient, and argumentative. So this child will negotiate punishment like a lawyer in court. So if you say, go and sit down, this child will ask you, but why? Why do you want me to sit down? You need to explain for the child to understand why you want him or her to sit down. They behave like assistant parents in the house. They may organize their siblings and start giving them instructions. No matter their level or childbirth order. If they are the fifth, if they are the fourth, they will give instructions. They will group them and give them instructions. And woe betides you if you don't live by their instructions. They are too bossy. When they believe they are right, they can argue from morning till evening. They will never stop. Let's look at some of their strengths. They are natural leader, confident and courageous, independent thinker, goal-oriented and hard-working, determined and persistent. These characteristics, were exhibited immediately. This child exhibits those characters. You will see it. Even breastfeeding the child, you will see such characters are coming up. Look at their challenges. They can appear being stubborn. They become bossy and controlling. They get easily frustrated. Like a choleric child. You group a choleric child and a sanguine child. Cholerics don't like sanguines at all. Because they see sanguines as not serious. Because choleric want the job to be done right now. And that. But sanguine want to go and play and come back and continue. But do you think this choleric will agree for the sanguine to go and play and come back? It becomes difficult. So most of the time, even in marriage, cholerics don't want to marry sanguines. They don't like them. We say that, marry. Choleric is quiet, but because of their bossy nature and the way they are, they don't like sanguines. They see sanguines are not being serious. We are thinking about serious matter, and you are talking about something else. And if a choleric marries sanguine, you will see the choleric intimidating the sanguine, because if the choleric want to take ideas or want to exhibit some ideas, he doesn't want to consult the sanguine. So you might say that or you be on can't me on ideas in few, because your husband see you not being serious. And if the choleric wife also see the husband, a sanguine, as not being serious, the Omuchirani say when you start sharing joke, they don't like it at all. They are serious people, serious-minded people. They don't like your stories and your joking. So they don't even converse with people. That is how cholerics are. So parenting tips. Avoid constant shouting battles and power struggle. Because if you're a parent and you start shouting on a choleric, he will shout back at you. If you are going to discipline a choleric and you don't tell him why you are disciplining him, he will resist your discipline. That is where, when they get to teenage stages, we have problems with them. No, you don't understand your child. So they don't want shouts. Correct firmly but respectfully. They are bosses. Even as tiny ages, they are bosses. So if you are talking to him or her, and you don't use respectfully, like you are talking to your boss in the office, they won't agree. They won't agree with you, cry. They are bosses naturally. Give leadership opportunities and responsibilities. When this child is in the children class, give him appointments. Let him be a deacon. Let him be the church elder in the children class. Give him responsibility. Tell him, come early, come and organize them, and let's have a school. You see him doing the work. So give him leadership roles. Teach humility, empathy, and respect for others. This type of child doesn't have feeling for anybody. So he doesn't understand why something small happens and you are crying. He doesn't understand why we are all running, we fall down and you are crying. Why are you crying? Why? He doesn't understand anybody's feeling. If you are a husband, it's like that. A wife, you are sick, you want your husband's sympathy. You won't get it. He will go to work. He won't even ask you in the morning how you are feeling. That is how they are. And if it's a wife, the wife will also not care. Because their attention, their goal is their work. They don't have any feeling, any empathy. So you, the parent, you have to teach the child how to empathize, how to respect other people's feeling, how to talk nicely to people. You put that in the children at the beginning stages. Don't wait for the child to grow. At the beginning stages now, you start. Say sorry. Say, excuse me. Say something respectfully. And don't trample on people's feelings. That is how it's supposed to be. Praise positive leadership qualities. Encourage listening skills and patience. They don't have patience. For them, they don't listen to anybody. They are on their own. They are in their world. They have their own world. So you have to teach them how to listen to other people. You have to teach them how to obey rules. You have to explain things to them. You don't shout at them. You are too stubborn. You say, I like your confidence, but we must also learn to listen to other people. Learn to listen respectively. You have to tell them, you leaders, if you want to be a leader, you must have patience. You must have empathy for other people. So a choleric child is not disrespectful. They are naturally strong-willed and independent. With proper guidance, they can grow into confident, disciplined, and effective leaders. Because Omusana, they are leaders already. We are moving on to the next one. Melancholic child. Melancholic child. Now we have said how many temperaments? 3. Can we mention them? Oh, the Vim is not there. I want Vim in my class. Let's go again. Number 1. Sanguine, choleric, melancholic. So we are now on the melancholic child. Let's see the melancholic child. A sensitive thinker. A sensitive thinker. Which animal can we associate with this sensitive thinker? You want to try? Try. Okay. We have 2 hands here. Let's see who will win the next chocolate. Cats. Come again. Come again. All right. Think of it again. Yes.
Dog.
Think of it again. Come again. Let's try. Okay.
A cheetah.
Let's go again. This time, let me give you a clue. Will I say it's a bird? It's a bird.
It's an owl. An owl. Oh.
Yes. This word, it makes my mouth full. It's difficult to say. But that's correct. Let's clap for her. Let's clap for her. She has done well. Okay.
I have a story about that, so I'll share that after.
Okay. All right. So note it, Councillor Nancy. Note it there so that you don't forget. That is good. So, should I say it's an owl or Anita? Can you hear mommy here? An owl. Oh, I will just say Anita has said it for me. So we move on. And the color is blue. Their color is blue. A melancholic child is naturally thoughtful, sensitive, and reflective. These children usually think deeply about situations and pay attention to details. They often like order. You know, order. I do this, after that I will do this, after that I will do that. They believe in structure. They are very neat and they have routine. So these melancholic children are usually careful. They are responsible. They are seriously minded people compared to children of their age. So if you put a melancholic with a sanguine, melancholic, serious-minded, sensitive thinker, order. So if you're a parent and this child always brushes their teeth before washing their face, and you tell this child, wash your face before you brush your teeth, it won't work. Because they have their routine. They have their order. So teachers, when you're dealing with these children, you don't treat all children the same. You have to sift them out and you treat them as they are. If you want to bring them together and treat them the same, you won't get these sensitive thinkers. Because they're emotionally sensitive, they can easily become hurt by criticism, rejection, harsh words, or disappointment. They may also place too much pressure on themselves because they want everything to be perfect. So if you have a husband like this, and you drink from a cup, and the cup is supposed to be in a cupboard, and you put it on a table, you have issues with that person. They always want order. They are neat. They are strict. And such people, they don't want to come out like the sanguine or the choleric. They want to hide in their corner. Even when you are teaching them in a class, they will never raise their hand to ask questions. They will never raise their hand to answer questions. They always want to be in a corner. This child remains one painful thing you said 2 years ago. For them, they don't forgive. They have diary in their head. So they keep wrongdoings. If you say something to them, if you are a teacher and you insult their parents, you saw them today, in 20 years, they will refer you that you said this thing. You said so and so. My second child is like that. And you know, one day, I've told her to sweep my veranda. Always I have to mention it. I didn't know. Me, that time I haven't studied this, so I didn't know anything. One time she went to school. I went to the school to pull her to come back and clean the veranda. And I sent her. So when I told her I'm not going to take her to the school. She will walk to the school. So I didn't pain her. It pained her. She referred me when she was going to the university. And when I saw her off at the airport, and on transit, she called me and said, now you get somebody to sweep your veranda again. You will not even get me to come and clean your bathroom. I'm going for 8 good years. By the time I come back, I'm an adult. So you won't get to say, the thing has pained her. And today, she's a medical doctor. She still refers to it. She still talks about it. She still talks about when she was 4 years, that a woman came to my house and she was sick and that woman used hot water to press her. She still talks about it. They keep wrong. So if you are you are a wife with such a husband, you just need to tread cautiously. If you are a husband with such a wife, expect that when you have a fight today, she will bring the fight that you did 10 years ago. She will tabulate everything for you. So you have to think of it. And one time, something happened. This one is adult talk. A woman, knowing how the husband is, they went to the woman's family, village. That's the parents' side. And when they got there, the mother-in-law shouted, "Snake, snake, 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 snake. You, this woman, you know your husband is melancholy. Who doesn't want to come out? Who doesn't want to do anything for people to see him? You went inside and called, Kwasi, Papa, come. They say, snake, come and kill the snake." And this man is feeling shy of the mother-in-law, so He came out and pulled a stick. No, stick, no. So it's wet. So using the snake to kill using the stick to kill the snake, he fell on the snake. And so they pick him up. He entered the room, packed his bag and baggage, came back to Accra. That was the end of the marriage. Because the wife has disgraced him. She knows he doesn't want to be with people. So if you have such a child or such a husband, when you go for school unions and all that, let him be. Let him say that you go around socialize. But you can't bring him into the picture. When such a child is with you, have such a child, when there are visitors, don't bring your child to the limelight. Don't come and say, hey, come and greet my friend. Do you know her? Oh, she's my friend in secondary school. Hey, then Auntie Abigail will hold her daughter. Hey, come and greet. No. You are killing his spirit or her spirit. Don't do that. They always want to be at the background. So such child, if their drawing is not perfect, they would tear the whole paper. If such child remembers that somebody said harsh things, this child will become quiet the whole day. They are always moody. And they spend hours arranging their books neatly before they even start learning. So if this child comes from school and you will see them pulling all their books out, arranging them and pulling them back. The next morning, you see that child unpacking his bag again and arranging them again. The same thing happens when they go to school. That is their nature. Even if they score 9 out of 10, they will still cry. They want perfection. So when I'm bringing it to the adult side, such melancholic always marry sanguine. Because the sanguine will be doing and he will also be at the corner watching the sanguine and loving it. Because sanguine. So loving it, wanted to be a sanguine. Meanwhile, sanguines are always attracted to those who are quiet, quiet, and they will be worrying them. That is how it is. So let's look at their strength and their weakness. So they are organized and responsible, they are careful, detail-oriented, they are loyal, they are dependable. If you have such a person as a friend, they are very dependable. When you tell them your secret, it ends there. So it ends there. They are very dependable. If you need them, they will be there for you. But they don't want to be at the limelight. They don't want to be at the front for everybody to recognize him or her. They are deep thinkers. They are reflective. They will sit down and reflect. They don't take decisions on time. They are serious about responsibility. If you give them, they have to finish the work. But they are easily hurt emotionally. They may become overly critical of themselves. They fear failure. So that's why when you give them a task, they want to finish it by themselves. They want to do it by themselves. They don't want anybody to distract them. They fear failure. They can become withdrawn or discouraged. They may overthink situations and they may not raise their hand, as I said in class. That's part of their weakness. So parents, how do we attend to such a child? Avoid harsh words. Avoid insulting them. Because if you insult them, you are killing them. You are pushing them. So avoid insulting them. Encourage them. Encourage them to express themselves. Express emotion. Because such a child, you go and hide somewhere. You don't even see that individual crying. But emotionally, that individual is very weak. So you go and hide somewhere and express the emotion. So appreciate their effort, not only perfection. When they put a little bit effort, appreciate it. They are doing well. Reassure them emotionally. When they fail or they feel hurt, put your hands around them, reassure them, speak loving words to them. That is why they love the sanguine, because sanguine will be telling you things, sweet words. So they love them. So give them sweet words for them to also teach them to that mistakes are part of learning. When you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Everybody makes mistakes, so it's part of it. Help them to balance seriousness with relaxation and fun. And everything they just straight. All work and no play. Make Jack what? Make Jack what? So melancholics are very dull. They want to always work. They are serious-minded people, and they are like that. So you teach them how to add a little bit relaxation. So if that individual is your husband, once a while, take that person out. Don't let him, his serious face scare you. Take him out. At times, play music for him to dance. Start dancing. You see him joining. These are some of the things that you do, and it will take this tension away. Encourage healthy self-esteem and resilience. So, why can't you, instead of saying, why can't you do anything right, say you tried your best. I'm proud of your effort. Let us improve it together. Or it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes help us learn. So a melancholic child is not weak. They are emotionally deep and sensitive. With love, reassurance, and encouragement, they often grow into responsible, thoughtful, disciplined, and dependable adults. I will run, and we will move to the next temperament. Is phlegmatic child. Phlegmatic. So now we have how many temperaments? We have 4. The first one is, the second one is,
Caloric.
the third one is,
Melancholic.
and the fourth one is.
Phlegmatic.
Okay. You have done well. Clap your hands for yourselves. You've done well. Okay. So we, before, people were thinking we have only 4 temperaments. These are the major ones. But recently, it's not that recent, about since 1994, there is an addition. One has been added to the temperaments. So I will add that one to it and talk about it. So now we have the 4. And this phlegmatic child, everybody will say, oh, I love this child. It's a peaceful child. It's a peaceful child. This child is calm, naturally calm, peaceful, easygoing. This child avoid trouble and arguments, unnecessary attention. Unnecessary attention. They are often quiet observers who prefer harmony and stability around them. They are usually patient, cooperative, emotionally steady, because they dislike conflicts. They dislike pressure. They dislike speaking up for themselves. These children are often comfortable, stay in their safety zone, and they may need encouragement to participate. When you have such a child, you will see that child also always at the background. When visitors come, as soon as visitors enter, neighbors will slip away fast to question them. That child is peace-loving. Whenever somebody hurts that child will also come back and say, hey, I'm sorry, it's okay, forgive me. Even if he is hurt. If you have such a husband, peaceful home, because everything you do, you say, it's okay, it's fine. Such a wife will say, it's okay, it's fine. It doesn't want to create any tension. They always use diplomatic way to solve issues. If it's fine, then it's fine. That's all. No fights. If you talk, they will run away. They will leave you. This child can sleep peacefully while the whole house is fighting. And they sleep to get their energy. So if your child comes home, immediately they put their school bag down, their lunch bag, and they go to bed. They sleep. Allow them. If you have such a child. Because they have to sleep to regain their energy. If you don't allow them to sleep, whatever you say will not go on. Whatever. So now studies are showing that even if you have one in your class and you are teaching and that child puts their head down and sleep, allow the child to sleep small. So you can create a corner, you keep that child there. After sleep, you will come back. You see that whatever you're teaching that child will take it. You may ask them a question, then they have to think for some minutes before they answer because they don't want to make mistakes. They don't want to have problem with anybody. While other children are fighting over toys, you see this child simply walks away peacefully. Doesn't want to have trouble with anybody. And it takes a long time for them to make decisions. Let's go to their strengths. They are calm and emotionally stable. They are peaceful. They are patient, understanding, loyal, dependent. Such a person, if that person is your friend, the person is very loyal. You can depend on the person. If you call that person in the night, in the morning, that person will be available for you. They are great listeners. They are peacemakers. But one issue is, they are like melancholics. It takes a long time for them to make decisions because they don't want to feel. They don't want you to say, problem there by, if you or no. They don't want it that way. So it takes a long time for them to make decisions. That is one of their challenges. At times, you might think they are lazy. I always use my husband as an example. One time, when he was in secondary school, he always say, one senior came and said, this child is lazy. Every time I come here, he is sleeping. Every time I come here. But when the results came and the list was pasted there, they saw him being the first of the class. He being the top. I said, so allow them. They sleep to get their energy. And most of the time, as I was saying, they take long to make decisions. It's like that. Because they don't want to have problems. And it took me 20 years to learn that. That somebody in my house takes a long time to make decisions. So now I can't force him. If he wants to have his own time, I give him the time. Even if it's 5 years, I will still wait for him to make the decision. Then we move on. Other than that, things will not work. Because he has to think of it to say, then take the decision and let's move on. This is where sanguine will not have the patience to wait. And one day when he decides to do it, perfect, because they don't want to rush and make mistakes. They may suppress emotions. So when the children, when you beat them and they don't cry, it doesn't mean they don't have feeling. No. They have feeling, but they want to go and hide and cry. They are suppressing their emotion. They want to tell you, me, I'm Oga, I'm this. But they cry inside. When they fail exams, you think you are the only person, the parent, you think you are the only person who is affected. No. They also feel it. They cry. They go somewhere, they hide their emotions. So one parenting tip is, let them participate in discussion, in activity. Don't talk for them. If you ask them questions and they are taking their time to answer, wait for them to answer. Because they don't want to make mistakes. They want to think of it. Don't push them. What they be someone No. Or don't talk for them. Don't talk for them. I see some parents and I tell them, me, I'm in children ministry. So all that I'm saying, I know them. A parent will come, I will ask a question, and this parent wants to speak for the child. Say, let them talk. If he makes a mistake, then you correct him. If he doesn't talk, how will he learn? Let the child talk. So the child will be talking and say, you have made a mistake. You are coming to say something. But this child knows how he is feeling. So he can express it more than you saying it. So don't talk for that child. Let the child talk. Encourage confidence and decision making. Encourage them. Okay, make decision. We are waiting for you. Tell them to build initiative. Avoid overprotecting them too. Avoid doing everything for them. They are not weak, they are not weaklings, but they have to take their time to execute whatever they have to do it. So instead of you saying, why are you always slow and quiet? Say, I appreciate your calm nature. Let us also learn to speak up and participate confidently. For me, one time I asked my mother-in-law, I asked her, Auntie, when my husband was small, were you beating him? You were saying me, I beat him, Papa. Hey, I wish I can beat you some. I wish I can beat you some. You know, he's quiet, he's calm. You know, that is his nature. So why were you beating him? So you made him scared. Even we are here, he's scared at times. Because at times you don't want to make mistakes. So he won't even take the initiative. Because you were beaten. So parents, don't do that to your children. You are scaring our husbands. You are scaring our wives. Don't do that. Have patience with them. Slowly, slowly, they will catch up. So a phlegmatic child is not lazy or weak. They are naturally peaceful and calm. With encouragement and gentle motivation, they often grow into dependable, patient, emotionally stable, and supportive adults. When you have such a child, it's so loving. If you share your ideas with, even if they are children, 5 years, 6 years, they will think of it and give you positive answer. When you tell them your secret is safe with them, as young as they may be, tell them your secret, you are good to go. Nobody will hear it. And for that matter, if they are your husband or your wife, you are good. You tell them your secret and you are safe. So we are going to the next temperament. We are getting to a close end, and Counselor Nancy will come in. The next one is a supine child. This is the new temperament that's been added. A supine child. We have supine adults, we have supine child. So they are gentle pleasers. We call them servants. Servants. They worship their bosses, their leaders. So you might see children playing, but you might see one child that is always helping the other. You might see that when they want to send someone, this child will say, me, I will go. Even in class, in children class, if you want someone to do something or say memory for something, you see that child coming up, I will do it. Whether the person will be able to do it or not, this child will come up, I will do it. This supine child is naturally gentle, caring, relationship-oriented. Like the sanguine is relationship-oriented, supine is relationship-oriented. These children deeply desire love, acceptance, appreciation, and emotional connection. So anything that this child will do for you to love her, anything that she will do for you to accept her, anything that she will do for you to appreciate her, she will do it. You will send this child and she will never say, I won't go. She's always ready. She's always ready to serve. They are willing to help others and often put others' needs before their own. Supine children are respectful, cooperative, eager to please parents, teachers, and friends. However, because they strongly desire approval, they may become overly dependent on affirmation and may struggle with fear of rejection, low confidence, people-pleasing behavior, difficulty expressing their needs and emotion. So when a supine child needs something, this child will never ask you. This child will be doing things for you. Auntie, let me carry your bag. Auntie, let me put this for you. Auntie, do you want water? Auntie, do you want this? Auntie, do you want that? She wants you to think that she needs this, so you give her. She would never mention it that I need this. That is why I'm doing this for you. No. She's always there to serve. One time I visited my brother, and I was there, and the son came and said, you know these British children, Auntie, do you need water? The way he said it, is it water or water or whatever? And I didn't even get it. Then my daughter said, Mommy, what's your pensio? I said, who pensio now? I said, oh, yes, I want water. Say, Auntie, small or large? Small. I said, they didn't small or large. Me, I don't get it. I said, was it small or big? Small or big. And I said, now small or big, yeah. Not knowing, he saw chocolate in my bag. So all these services, small or big or water, or yes, he needs something. So I look at him based on what my studies. I said, Johnny, do you want chocolate? Yes, Auntie. Auntie, you are the best. Auntie, you are the best. And he took the chocolate, went to sit somewhere, and finished it. He wanted something, but he will never mention it. So look out for your children, some of these things. So at times, you see that child angry for nothing. Why are you angry? He will never tell you the reason why he's angry, but he needs something. but he cannot mention it. So as the child is doing something good, you also have to reason and see that this child needs something I have to give to that child. This child may say, are you angry with me even when there is nothing wrong? Mommy, are you crying? Mommy, are you angry? Am I the problem? Mommy, is it because I went out? You said I shouldn't go out and I went out. Mommy, is that so? You know, you always want to please you. They may do everything to please others by hide their own pain. Even when hurt, this child may smile to avoid conflicts. They may apologize quickly, even when they did nothing wrong. This child may become emotionally withdrawn if they feel ignored or unappreciated. Strength of a supine child: caring, compassionate, helpful, respectful, loyal, emotionally sensitive to others, peaceful and supportive. But they fear rejection. So a supine can also indulge in bad behavior just for them to be accepted. They have difficulty expressing their personal needs. They have low self-confidence. They overly depend on others. So if you have a supine in the office, and this guy will always do everything, even in a managerial position, they can even come to your office and clean. They can do anything. You see them washing your car, doing everything. But what they demand from you, they will say, oh, but if you don't give them, they get angry. In the Bible, one supine is Samson. They want everything. They will serve you. But if you don't give them what they want now, they will find a way to destroy all that they have built. And they don't care whether it's their loved ones. They don't care whether the person is closer. They will destroy you. So if you have a supine wife, and the wife says, today, I'm leaving this marriage. This wife, if you beat her, she will stay. If you do anything, she will stay. But one day, if she says, I'm leaving this marriage, nobody can talk to her back into the marriage. She will never. So that is how supines are. So when your child is a supine, and you don't take care of her or him well, one day you will come back and all your clothes, the matches are too, because she is hiding pain. And that is how they exhibit their pain, by destroying. The relationship they have built all over the years, they can destroy it within a flip or just a snap. They will destroy everything. That is how they are. So these parenting tips are: give reassurance, affection, affirmation, encourage confidence. Teach them that their feelings and opinions matter too. When you are caring for others, care for yourself as well. Teach them that when you need something, talk about it. Help them to express emotions openly and honestly. Teach healthy boundaries and self-worth. Avoid harsh rejection and excessive criticism. Create emotional safety and open communication in the house. So instead of saying, you are too emotional, or you do not always want to please everyone, your feelings matter. Tell her your feelings matter. So when you have problems, share with me. The supine child is not weak or overly needy. They are naturally caring and emotionally sensitive. With reassurance, love, and healthy guidance, they often grow to compassionate, dependable, emotionally supportive, and service-oriented adults. So how do we treat them? How do we understand it? How do we check their weaknesses and their strengths? How do we come about? How do we even summarize temperaments? Every temperament has a strength and weakness. We have already talked about it. And temperaments also, it's not a bad behavior. Sometimes parents wrongly punish temperament instead of guiding their behavior. So certain natural behaviors are expressions of their temperament, not intentional disobedience. A child who asks so many questions may not be disrespectful, but may be curious. So why don't you build on their temperament? Why don't you help them to build their temperament? Temperaments. Children need guidance according to their temperament. You need to guide them. Different children respond differently to correction, communication, motivation, and discipline. Parents must learn how to guide each child wisely according to their temperament. If you shout harshly at a melancholic child, they may become emotionally wounded. But a choleric child may argue back immediately. A sanguine child needs guidance to pay attention and be attentive. So the goal of parenting is not to change the child's temperament, but to guide the child positively. I have 4 biological children. And these 4 children, everyone has his or her own temperament. The way the first one behaves is different from the way the second one behaves. And it's different from the way the third one behaves, the girls. So I have to be watchful so that I don't bruise their ego, I don't hurt each and every one. The first one is giddy, 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 the sanguine type. The second one is the quiet type, doesn't want to come out and all that. The 2 of them had wedding the same year. People didn't hear about the second one, but the first one, everybody, the whole world heard about the wedding. The first one wanted to do a labros, something big for everybody to come. But the second one told him, Mommy, I'm giving you warning. Bring only 5 people from your side. So I'm counting for you. You, Daddy, your sister, your brother, and 1 friend. And my husband is also bringing 5 people. We did this wedding, the traditional wedding, in the hall. Come and see. People were packed like sardines because we all want to fit in because she said that she doesn't want it to go beyond the hall, the living room. So everybody should be there. But the first girl, the whole compound, even outside the compound, people got to know that we are having a wedding day. So if you want to use the yardstick of the first one to check the second one, it will not work. Everybody has his own temperament. No comparison. If you compare, you hurt each other. So parents, lessons for us. Train up the child the way he should go so that when he grows, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22 says, do not compare your children. Every child is unique. Do not compare them. If you compare them, it can damage their self-esteem. It creates jealousy and also resentment, and it discourages them. Why can't you be like your sister? Why can't you be like your brother? No, they don't want it that way. Different children bloom at different times. Different children need different approaches. Like as I was saying, my first one needs an approach. She is a lady, and she was the only female working in police hospital mortuary. She's the only girl. She can go at dawn and check the temperature of the fridge and everything. Only her. Do you think I will be able to do that? And she can go there anytime and work. But the others cannot do that. So I can't say, why don't you be strong-willed, bold like the first one? No. I have to treat them differently. So when they bring their problems, I can't use the first person's yardstick to measure the second one. I have to treat them differently. So wise parenting is flexible parenting. The next one is understand before correcting. Understand them. You should try to understand their behavior. Try to understand what they are going through before you punish them. Correction without understanding often creates emotional wounds. Temperaments need guidance, not condemnation. Not say, this person is melancholy. Hey, melancholics are good. They are quiet. They are quiet. They have their strength. They have their weakness. We are not quiet too. We are also there. We also have our strength and our weaknesses. So you can't condemn one temperament against the other. So a talkative child can become a great communicator. A strong-willed child can become a good leader. A peaceful child can become a counselor, like Counselor Nancy, or a mediator. Then you will be mediating between 2 families. When he grows, we will call him. If he doesn't come, we can't solve the problem. He must be there to solve a problem. A caring child can become emotionally supportive and service-oriented. The goal is not to destroy a child's temperament, but shape it positively. So, parents, God did not make mistake when he created your child. Every temperament carries gifts, strength, and purpose. As parents, our responsibility is to understand, guide, nurture, train our children with wisdom, patience, love, and prayers. So when parents understand temperaments, frustrations reduces and love increases. Now you understand your son, you understand your daughter, you understand everyone. So where lies the problem? There is no problem. If that child comes and wants to sleep before he does his homework, allow him to sleep. When he wakes up, he will do his homework. If this child wants to go and play before he come and finish the dishes, allow him, because you understand him. You will finish it before you sleep. As for me, you have to finish it. So you finish before you sleep. If you don't finish, early at dawn, you go and finish. So you go and play and come back. You are going to finish it. God did not make a mistake with your child's personality. Your responsibility is to guide that temperament positively. I pray God help us to understand each and every child so that we can train them as God said, and when they grow, they will not depart from it. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I don't even know where to begin because everything has been said. We've learned a lot, even as a counselor. The more I listen to these kind of presentations and formats, I learn more. I think I know my personality or my temperament, but as Professor Patience goes through, I'm now thinking, I'm like, wait, am I a little bit of Seguin, or I know I'm a melancholic, but now I'm thinking, I'm like, wait, I think I have this straight phlegmatic, right? That's the peaceful, the quiet, the loving child. So I think what I want to say about that, like Professor Counselor said, every child is different. Every child is unique. It's important that we try to understand our children, right? So science has shown that even twins are not the same. They may look the same, sometimes they may act the same, sometimes they may speak the same, but there are also differences amongst them if you really study them, right? So each child is different. Once you get to learn your child, it becomes a little bit easier to identify with them. I'm just going to use myself as an example. I'm very quiet. If you had told me that I would become a counselor, I would have, I was telling Patience about it, as I would have said never, all right? But I think that sometimes God has his ways. God has his purpose. So each child, like I said, is unique. Sometimes a child may be quiet. It's because God has a purpose for them. When I was young, I can be with you and not say a word. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I have a problem with you. It's just that I didn't have much to say. I may greet you, and that's about it, right? So for you, you may think something is wrong with me, but there's nothing wrong with me. I just didn't like to talk a lot. However, if we're able to engage and have a conversation, I will engage. I will have a conversation. I will actually enjoy the conversation, and that's how you get to know me. And sometimes it becomes very easy to judge. We judge our children, right? So for example, again, I'm going to use myself as an example. If you see me, I'm quiet. Even when I walked in, I wasn't really, too vocal. I wasn't here, I wasn't there, and that's my nature. But I have a love for human beings. I love people. I love to engage. I love to help. So I think I see, like I said, I see a bit of the pleaser in me. But as I grew up, I had to find balance, right? So again, this is learning to know your child. If your child is a sanguine, the pleaser, it's good, but you have to teach them balance, because otherwise they grow up and that's how they become. If they enter relationships, they're not able to find a balance, right? So all they'll become is like, I'll do everything for you, everything for you. Even if you're hurting me, I'm still pleasing you. Why? Because I'm seeking some sort of love, some sort of approval from you. So the more we get to know our children, we also get to teach them how to balance, their temperament, especially if it becomes challenging. And the other key that I also want to make is sometimes we have to differentiate between the temperament and behavior. Sometimes the temperament may lead into the behavior, yes, but sometimes the behavior, challenging behaviors may come from the environment, may come from stress. So sometimes your child may be quiet, but all of a sudden it's like they start acting different. And you as a parent, you have to try and figure out, and how can you do that? For your child, you're gonna take them to see the pediatrician, right? The doctor that works with the children, for them to determine, okay, where is this behavior coming from? Is this their innate trait? Or is this something, this behavior is being triggered by the environment that they're in, right? So even for me as a kid, when I was in a certain environment, it's not good for me. I become even more quiet, and I start to become sick. And then it took my mother a while to figure that certain environment wasn't good for me. I don't like loud noises, right? But as I grew up, I had to deal with it. I was even sharing with patients, it's like, I'm here to give this format. After this, I have to retreat. I have to go into solitude a little bit to get that energy back, right? So all these different temperaments and the trait has to be balanced. And it's very important that, again, we learn to understand our children. If we understand them, it makes it easier for us to identify with them. The other area, too, I want to talk about is that we become our models for our children. So sometimes we may tell our child, do this, but we're not doing it, right? So while you're cooking, how you even behave in the kitchen, your child is watching you. So you cannot preach to your child to do something else, and when they see you, you're doing something else, right? So again, the temperament, if you want to channel challenging temperament into a good behavior or a good temperament, they can also learn it, right? It's called the social learning theory, where children learn by observation. The children, they watch us. They watch us. Sometimes, like we say, you may have a problematic child, but they watch you. So as they grow up, they may change their behavior, right? They may remember, well, my mother used to do this. Therefore, this is how I can achieve this, this solution or this result. So these what we're teaching here today is just background to help you to understand your child. Counselors, Ghana is now learning to come to have more counselors. So I recommend that if you need help, see a counselor. I know it's not cheap, but like Professor Patience said, our goal is to engage in more of these sessions so that we can also learn, we can also teach and also help you to learn some things. If your child is if you're having serious issues or problems with your child, the first thing is take your child to see the doctor. Make sure it's not a medical issue. If it's not a medical issue, it's a behavior issue, counselors are available. We can help you, we can learn, we can teach you. We do have assessments that we can do to make sure that your child is either a sanguine, melancholic, choleric, so that we know and we can teach you, okay, this is some of the traits your child is exhibiting. Maybe these are some of the ways that you can go about to deal or to support your child. Another key thing I want to make is communicate with your children. Sometimes as parents, we grew up in certain ways. We may grow up, not being encouraged to talk, not to speak. I recommend that encourage your child to speak. When they come home from school, you should be the first point of contact for them to communicate with. Be available to them. If you're busy, make time for them. Even if it's 5 minutes, ask them, how was your day? What did you learn? Because you'll be surprised as a parent how much and what you can learn from your child. Okay? Some of the things these children are learning in school, I said, really? That's possible? So as a grown-up, I'm still learning. My daughter is now 8. I'm still learning from her. I started learning from her when she started school at 4, at 5, right? So, and that's communication. So now when she gets home, she talks to me. I ask questions. What did you learn today? Okay. Did your best friend come to school? What happened at school? Right? These are all engagement to draw your child closer to you, because the last thing you want, too, is for your child not to be able to talk to you. If they're going through problems at school, at church, if somebody's abusing them, please listen to your child when they come to you and tell you something. If somebody's hurting them, please listen to them. Don't disregard them, because that's painful. That's trauma that child is going to grow up with. And they're going to think that it's okay because I try to talk to my mother or my father and they didn't listen. Okay, so please, let's start listening to our children. It's never too late to start. If you didn't do it, today's the day to start. Right? Monday is coming. They're going to go to school. If they're going to go to school or daycare, they come home, we talk to them as little as they are. Talk to them. Because even for you as a parent, that also encourages you to open up. Like I said, for me, growing up, I was very quiet. My daughter, I can't tell her to be quiet, right? So she's forcing me to also be more open as well. So I also have to be able to cater to her because she always wants to do, she's very active. So now I have to make sure that I structure activities for her. But I do discipline, right? So when we say these things, we're not saying we want you to become your child's best friend in the sense that your child has to become comfortable with you to share what they're going through with you, okay? At the same time, you have to have boundaries as a parent. You have to be able to discipline them. I don't recommend, sometimes a cry may be quiet, but Bruno so on kasa. But and yes, I know you're just causing more harm to the child. There's some children say yes, they need discipline to correct them. And don't beat her, but there's ways of disciplining a child in a positive way. So let's again, I encourage all of us as parents to keep learning, learn every day. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to start. Even you as a parent, I encourage you to seek counseling. Like I said before, sometimes there's things in us that we didn't deal with, okay? It's not too late to get help for yourself. As you become better, your children also become better. Why? Because as you're better, you're able to give more and better to your children. When you heal yourself, your emotions, you're able to become more available, emotionally available to your child or your children. So this is also what I wanted to contribute to Professor Patient's presentation. And I know I said I was going to talk about the owl. So when I was young, again, I didn't know myself. I didn't know my personality trait. I didn't know my temperament trait. So growing up, I was very quiet, like I said. So there was a boy in our class. They be no pick you on me. Talk. You don't talk. And I'm saying, leave me alone, like, you know. And he was very handsome. He was a handsome student. We were all students. Very handsome child. And then I'm like, all these girls are after you. Why are you bothering me? Like, oh, right? Like, imagine you know, I don't know how my dreams are. Like, you know, like, go. But they be, I know how my dream. But on my nickname. But I didn't know the nickname in the midst, so I took the nickname on. A near friend Olu. So I'm like, okay, so now growing up, we'll be able to say, oh, what's your nickname? It's like, oh, Olu. Because, you know, sometimes you share will be, as, you know, children and adults, do you ever have a nickname? Yeah, most of us do have a nickname. Maybe a friend or beautiful. Maybe Obi to DB, something. But that becomes your nickname. So anyway, boy, my nickname, a friend Olu. So I didn't know what it meant. So for years, we'll be able to say, oh, do you have a nickname? See, I Olu. Mom will say, until one day, that many Indian guy, an Indian student, your colleagues, now after school, you're coffee in a conversation, it's okay. Because that's how you get to know yourself as children. So what is your nickname? You see Olu. Oh, see, Olu. You say, you know that's an owl. I'm saying, oh my God. So all these years, I've been telling people I'm an owl. But then later on, it made sense to me. Because an owl is quiet. An owl is peaceful. An owl is wise. An owl is a thinker, right? I know in our culture, we don't value owls for some spiritual, for some spiritual reasons. But if you look beyond that now, an owl will say, but if we look at these traits, like Professor Patient said, you know, the animals, we have the lions, we have the owls, we may have, you know, we may even have the color blue. Growing up, my favorite color was blue. I didn't know why. What's my favorite color? Up to date, it's still blue. But I didn't know, it was associated with temperament. So once you get to learn the temperament, and I still have some leadership skills in it. I had to balance the people please. Me was single and kakra with me, where I used to be a people pleaser kakra, like maybe biama, but I had to learn to balance that. So when we learn these things about our children now, we can teach them how to balance, right? If somebody's even quieter, they become effective leaders, right? And yet just the one that always, the boss, the one that's the choleric. Sometimes it's not just always the choleric that becomes an effective leader. Sometimes it's the, those are the ones God uses them to become great leaders. So we must not discount any child. If there's something going on, find out what the child, what they like, what are their interests. As parents, sometimes we want to live through our children. It's not always good. Just because you want to go to school, no, you want to go to school, you want to be a doctor. Honestly, your doctor no person obey. On them, but by force, who force no got why? Because one be. It's good to encourage. But at the same time, we must also allow our children to become who they are, because it makes them, they become, the creators, the geniuses of the world. When you allow them to be creators, to be themselves, right? So that's why I also wanted to add that I love children, I love people, but whom you can't tell. All my years growing up, but I'm like, nipa, what do you mean kasai? But who judge me say, nipa? Because it means now outside they shout it. It doesn't mean I don't want to have fun. You say sometimes we call club kakra, we call Jimmy kakra. On the American, but I love God. I love serving. I love serving. Now make a balance, positive balance in your club. And they make that's a social gathering. Because one say like a patient can say, "Will be a quieter." You have to have them. You have to give them the balance. Won't me just become serious all the time, and inside and yet so you push them kakra. Will be so very social now. No, I try so, but man, will be trained how to have solitude, right? Because as a leader, become leader, you need moments of solitude to think, right? To become that creator. Right? So that you become an effective leader. So all these things are important. But I'm going to go back again. Parents, know yourself. Get to know who you are. Find out what your temperament is, what your personality trait is. Because once you find out, it becomes so easy, much easier for you to also help your child or your children. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Nancy. And I think that my buffer saw some of the animals for, yes, phlegmatic. A turtle. You know the way they are quiet? Oh, this time. I've seen that some people are doing research. So at this one day, I will do it myself. Because the questions and my chocolate, I have so many questions here that will balance with my chocolate. So, and we have a supine as a deer or a sheep. And their colors are, the supine is purple and the phlegmatic is green. But there's one question I want to ask. That one, the one who will get is correct now, correct now will get. His or her chocolate. Okay. So, this one, look at my dressing. Excuse, I forgot to wear the shoe this afternoon. I wanted to show you something. This is one of the tests. Which temperament will dress like this? Just look from me, top to down. Somebody else say question. No. I'll say no. Yes, Daddy. Clap for Daddy. He has done well. Daddy, why? Why? Explain it. Nancy will not understand this. Also, Oma grow pension. Yes, attention seekers. They always, anytime they get to a place, they want people to see them. Okay, let me try another one and see. Please come for your chocolate. All right. Next time, I will bring a different dressing and see how you will get it. Okay. So now, the next question is, I want you to ask questions, but I want to bring my questions first. Then when you start asking questions, we will wrap it up with discussion, then we finish. So, which temperament best describes your child? Reflect it. I know, sir, by the time we are done, I want few parents to share with us. This one is not chocolate oriented. So which temperament best describes your child and how or why? So My TA, please send the microphones around and let 3 parents, I want 3 parents to share with us from what we have discussed. Which temperament best describes one of your children or your child? Which temperament? Oh, parents. Okay, say.
Mr. I'm struggling to understand why there's no chocolate for this one.
This one I want to experience.
Okay.
There will be chocolate for the other ones.
Interestingly enough, I have 4 children.
Okay.
And they all seem very different from the other. As you spoke, I was trying to put them into the various temperaments. I think I probably may have all 4 of them in all 4 different children. The second one in particular, I think is a phlegmatic. So she's very reclusive. She would want to be in her corner. She's very calculating. As soon as she asks me a question, I know it is something that I need to think through very carefully before I answer, because there's always reference to that answer. Yes. So I think the second one I can tell clearly is a phlegmatic. Efia is looking at me. She said, I should describe her. Efia, I'm struggling to put you somewhere, but I think Efia is my first. I think she's more of a happy-go-lucky person. She mingles very freely with other people. So I probably would put her, not too much of a sanguine. I don't think she's attention-seeking as somebody we have been told about. But I think she's happy-go-lucky. She's free and she's able to mingle with different people.
Okay, so I would like to describe one of my 3 children. She is happy-go-lucky. She is attention-seeking. If she has chores to do, she can stop and go and play or go and do something else and then come and continue later. She wants your attention 24/7 when she's with you. Aren't you listening to me? She will just tell you, I want you to put your phone down and listen to me. You know, she wants to feel your presence. And she has no care in the world. Something that might be causing you stress, something that she is doing that you think has to be done on time, she doesn't care. In the morning, a bus picks her for school. She knows the time the driver is supposed to come. And you know, ordinarily, you would have to go and stand by the roadside and wait for but she'll tell you when she's ready, she'll tell you, no, let him come and honk, and I'll quickly run and then go and join the bus. You know, her big sister attended the same school, and the driver wasn't that tolerant with her. You know, she'll be late all the same. She'll go and she'll be so cool with the driver that the driver even can't get annoyed. Yes. So the driver can tell the big sister that I'll leave you, but the driver would never tell her that. She'll be late, but the way she would even react when she goes there, she wouldn't get angry. She'll quickly greet him. Oh, Mr. Texan, how are you? How's the family? Hope you had a good night. Charlie, let's go. And she'll just be like, Mr. Texan, Charlie, let's go. You know, she has no care in the world. So I'll describe her as a sanguine. Yes. Although I sometimes see some of the other temperaments in her, but the dominant one is the sanguine.
Since I'm being pushed to make a... So I think he will be last. He wants to know what I'll say about him. My last one, Mefrie, he is the lawyer. Yes, before you punish, you have to explain and all of that. Yes. The mother is always saying, now you get to about the be per se. Oh, yet to say, now you penny. He wants to put them together and beat them, you know, together. So for him, he's the choleric. I always say that. And then the girl, she was born dancing. You know, I mean, I always tell her that, listen, I'm very playful, but know when to be serious. Because it doesn't appear that she has the difference. You know, 24/7, she's happy. 24/7. Yesterday, it was raining, and anytime I came out, she was out in the rain, dancing. You see, so, I mean, for her, she's a sanguine. I'll just tell her that, listen, it's good to be cool, but know when to balance it. And then the one who is pushing me, Bernard is melancholic. Yeah, but he has the phlegmatic side too. Because what he's supposed to care about, he doesn't. But otherwise, he's quiet, calculated, and all that. So he's melancholic.
What I want to put across is that, we can say that this child is sanguine, but you can see some traces of other temperaments in that individual. But we have the dominant and we have the recessive. So you see some being dominant, like these traces, this temperament. We have a test for it. So when you do the test, at the end of it, it will come out. And interestingly, when my test came out, and they told me I'm a sanguine compulsive in affection, sanguine compulsive in what's the last one? Affection, control, and sanguine compulsive in affection, first one. And I'm a phlegmatic supine in control. And I said, hey, me phlegmatic. But later on, I saw that despite the fact that I'm a sanguine, and the sanguine spectrum, if you are putting me, you are going to put me, if it's 1 to 10, 10 on the higher side, 1 at the low side. Me, I fall between 8 and 9. Because I'm at the highest. But when it comes to the phlegmatic, I'm a peacemaker. Despite the fact that I'm, hey, go, come, dance, do this, I'm very peaceful. When there are issues, I will sit with you down, we talk about it, we trash it, and that is the end. Even when you stay with me, and we have grudge, and you go, I will come and pull you and bring you back. For you to come and stay with me and finish staying with me, have your trade, have your schooling, graduate, before you want to go, you go. That is me. And the supine aspect in me is that when we come here and we want to organize program, I will take everything, I will organize it. I will sweep, I will organize table, so when it comes to party, you call me, I will come and organize all your party for you. After that, decide to go, I will clean, I will make sure that I put the place in order as we came to meet it. And when I'm serving, I serve like that. I don't even think of anything. As soon as I see visitors, food sets, I have to cook. I have to do that. I have to do that. So I realized that, this is the supine in me. I'm not that supine in the long spectrum that I will be a slave, like when you say something, me, a queer coffee, will not say something. Me, I will say something. So that is the sanguine in me. But when it comes to the quietness, at times too, I become quiet. The peacemaker is the phlegmatic. And when it comes to the supine, it's the hardworking, always want to work. The energy is there, always want to work. That is how it is. So you might get your child who is exhibiting those traits, but getting one that is higher. So that child, as Elder said, having a melancholic supine, a melancholic phlegmatic, that child will be quiet, all right, because melancholics are quiet. But the phlegmatics are I don't care type. Then they will be there. But melancholics like structure, like order, like diplomacy, like those things. So it's only phlegmatic that doesn't have that spectrum. Phlegmatics don't have it. And they call them phlegmatic because, this one, let me ask you. Why do you think they named that temperament phlegmatic? That one, the chocolate is on it. Anita.
So it's to mimic the phlegm, like how fluid they are.
Clap for her, clap for her. Come for your chocolate, come for your chocolate. Yes, it's like they have phlegms in their throats. They just don't want to bring it out. And the way the phlegms are, they are slow, they are quiet, they are sticky, sort of. So for them, their color, change it. As for if they are phlegmatic, they are phlegmatic. As for them, if they are phlegmatic, they are phlegmatic. So if you get a pure phlegmatic, you are dead. Because for them, no, nothing pushes them. Nothing motivates them. If they don't want to learn, they won't learn. If they don't want to go, they won't go. If they don't want to be here, they won't come. If they don't want to be your friend, they won't be your friend. Nothing will motivate them. They are not chale, oh, chale yanko, oh, chale yanko, oh, chale yanko, and they will move. No. You won't get them that way. So that is how they are. Okay, the next one, the next question. Which temperament do you find most difficult? Which one? Yes, my son wants to talk.
The sanguines.
Most difficult.
They talk a lot.
You see? You see why he's saying that? Please explain why he's saying that. No, you don't explain. Why is he saying that sanguines are difficult to live with? They talk a lot. Look at the way he said it.
You see, because he is the quiet type who wants to stay in his place, the serious and focused type. They set targets, they make sure that they work towards it until they are done. Nothing distracts them. So they see you as being difficult. Let's get the work done and move on. Should everything be a joke? Can't you be serious? You understand? Because of his temperament, his quiet nature, he sees the phlegmatic as unserious and people who don't have ambition in life.
Yes. Because he is the only child who has answered question here or asked question. So you are getting the chocolate. As you are not getting any chocolate again. Yes, you are getting chocolate. And you see something. Edda, you do want to talk before I come in. Okay.
For me, the most difficult one is the melancholy. But I think it's made to be great, but its own self-destructive thought destroyed them. Yes, we are talking about sanguine, they are easygoing and other things. They live longer and happy. But I can see every day moody, want everything straight. Why today the thing is burning? They have a problem with you. Only tia, obey yes, obey so near, obian so any, or your boss here, would be on to metan and chain. Because Uchina guy some way. The toilets, the be all t-shirt some way. Or ya bro, I want to in tina. Ujan was man bacho, menya made biama, that be made with an whole bone. Obe can it straight. On Gary, on yes, say. Into to quite who you are recommended so many method de Biana or Jano say Nipping to say and that's a difficulty in life. Say young people are not intelligent like you. Accepting that people have limitation. On Tisa, the BBI pepe or two idea or two idea and what two idea man sana lie where the had a down quam a skirt and my what woman afa I saw church what the intino what to my line as a son like a cab demon ubenya problem. Oh yeah, worry for. Worry for now only two and a more beer. But your uchi say, unjare, unye say, because Rusini yet they bray. Until you'll be also arguing and need sound of one so they be our only problem. More cosmo more holiday and to cover some other fears and make cramming young crab you. A dear ban a ruse with brebe. It means the sound of my crabby. And see. Melancholy are very good. Maybe sure we na may get one maintain so very good so. Ono ama nyamishra or the amano no. Enya dudoma. Sangwa enya good, but I don't know they affect a lot of people. Ono kwa deba kono be jina ho ama 10 years aba and life ono so. Ye nyina no ya moye sa.
Okay, so that one is melancholic, right? Yeah. Okay. So what I want to speak about that. Also remember when I was talking to say I said we need balance. So sometimes in that kind of temperament, in the behavior, it may lead to a compulsive disorder. Say, there's some people who are because open the BBR say. One time, I miss Shaka crying, me too free my parents when I'm assuming you renting me, I'm a baby. But now me should be in a banana eche, and I'm a papa being management or CEO. Ne sister and quantity. Now on any Becassa. I was the main Obama movie now. And I'm see okay, some them here baby I make cut and immediate and family home because me so me but now child property there make it put it clean. They open because I media always believe say if baby or be property there I have to cheap because I feel say if I treat it good I know I rather the best found the means media mammy. So media property there and go home. I always make sure I maintain it the way I was. So anyways, Papa is on in the kasaya. A week later no buy no see you. And sister and I agree say meet me na better. Oh media many aje. We see, yes, I found a place to live. Anyways, me too, no kwanso neti. Na no boyfriend. When you dear, but your boyfriend in nti. Na me media, me dream say, oh, conform money dear be a lifestyle or mo peno. Inti media, me neti, bibia me, no, you're very clean. Clean. To the point that me cleaning me washroom twice a week. Me cleaning Saturday, then myself cleaning Wednesday. On the me see me there, me bow fear the way I the way I open and I'll make sure so I maintain. So to appease to that, and so I don't know if that was the sequence in me, people please or not, but I wanted to make sure say I always appease to what she likes. Inti me wo home minute na kakra me see okay, or so on pay way, me see okay, me nye bio, my fix make sure say me nye say me see laundry or buy oh so much too much water. Let me see me didn't know so. Me come see because my chem colors na me see until me see bomb to me we see water. Let me see that's me mutual rent. Anyways, was your pen am say me here me until me know okay. One time me know aduane na me cleaning kitchen again or you neat until me make sure saying too. Me ho no aba boom Nancy water on the counter. Me say water where's the water? I have to look to see say you doing kitty be. I'm see okay and also me bottle ho me see okay the ope na me until one day me see okay me free school buy me buy near the sticky note at Italy me closet me demo closet why I see oil stain. Let me see oil stains to me wait this thing here magnifying glasses and so the one who these things me call bathroom so the sticky note at me bathroom on say na poultry chew see na two kitty be. And look at me papa and some see okay by chance or by me room or be check here because me nim when about be check it or be checking BB. And then I'm papa. But for some reason open who little specky be what I'm see okay until they me clean it. And one day we dey share me one time will be nephew summer summertime. Na horse shit on so on pay window no on so only few so AC no on so. And on pay window so baby, and I'm see okay. Wait, the only fear, Miss me will fear a horse into me be a window no. Send a medium minim say what fear, and we caught backyard or so our tiny flowers. When we say window near be. Hey, close the window. I said close the window. I'm see okay. Again, on pa medium close it. Because my dream say make close it and son waba, but over the mountain a car no. Say what fear. Into my dream call my Russian to me. Okay, and the last point, I see one day I see me into the car, me too, because I no parking or garage, and I miss me parking when him. And so I see me into my car, and I'm okay. Now miss me car, now you old. Now miss winter me to Canada until winter time. Yeah, na me car a code that Mr. Tia and a chance and now warm me. Until I say chair and son me to me a shifty gear, and my movie. Until one day I'm seeing me who any routine. To me so okay or be quiet. Man, my soul intentem, my baby, because means me problems car a problem or me car problem. Into me see okay, that's the solution. Into my soul intent, my heaty, and son my team move car no so move wako. Into one day I say enough for me kit way be kakra. Into me solely me warm me can so again I said warm me and send my team move ya bro. Until you see me move gear no. Into me move gear no. Hey, hurry up, and all reverse into my car, and that was it for me. But the thing is, I think the part that hurt me say, I did everything to accommodate her on the obsessive, and I'm still okay, and they mean to me. And I don't know which part I fit in, but about point at Minina Kasabu. Minina have to Kasa, Mitchell note. Because me say, like, is it no caloric? I know, my counselor should know. Maybe or how we any BB, or be pleased with Sa, but in BB Nashina, where we, it doesn't matter. They obey poor child own few view. I think let me so I was at that point. Me see where dear. Me see because I've done everything to try appease you. And I still to me the man can't wait. na me die me hwehwe baby fufuro na me abefo na me 2 year. And na me catch ne brother no who so what na 2 year na me catch no. No see oh apparently I'm the first person to ever live with. I stayed with her for 8 months. 8 months, so imagine 8 months. Not even a year, 2 years. I was the very first person to ever stay with her for that long. Why? Because of the way obsessive compulsive behavior. So she has a personality, but because there's no balance, she didn't maybe some way when she was growing up say okay, say namitie, maybe this is how you can balance it this way. So all these things, if it's not dealt with tonight, it ends up affecting your relationships. Onukwa no feel. If you're team, okay, onukwa ne team. Obi antim ni ntina. Inti saba na and then my mind triggers so oh, inti na wonti ni be ma bi antina. Boyfriend ne ba no okọ oni obetina kakra no okọ obi antim ni ntina. But me dem say me dem adwen amba so my busa oh, who does she live with before? And how long did they stay there? So these are the things I'm saying. Say temperament no. But if we are not careful to strike a balance, it may end up affecting us in our adult years. And then that's when sometimes all these behavior, attitudes, because all these things stems from somewhere. And sometimes some of them will learn to come say, oh, that's my personality. Into they won't change it. But no, we can change. As human beings, if we want to change that, we can change, we can adapt. So that way, it helps us to engage in healthy relationships so that we have healthy boundaries in them. So all these things, again, but we have to strike a balance. We have to find out what it is so that, again, when we're growing up, it does not affect our relationship. Because it affects everywhere in our relationship, our jobs. If you work, they can't stay long. Why? Because my boss, I say, it be so true, their boss, no have a dream. But sometimes, when so attitude, with temperament now, you're not able to adjust, you're not able to find a balance, then all these create problems in your mind. So I just wanted to speak to that point.
Okay. So this time I'll open up for questions. Seems the time when they ask, so I so crave you want. How many minutes more? Yeah, wrap up. Okay, so Auntie Anita. Okay.
I wanted to find out, is it possible for a child or an adult to have all these traits in that person, having all the temperaments?
No. You can't have all of them, but you can have some, 2, 3, but not all, not the 5, no.
Oh, okay.
So I'd like to say this is a very timely presentation because I had the opportunity to speak to a group of young people and they expressed how hurt they were. It was impromptu. But I think the common thing that all of them said was they don't feel heard by their parents. They feel misunderstood. They feel that their parents are emotionally unavailable. So I think it's very timely. Having said that, I have 2 things. I'd like you to touch on spirituality and what we've learned because we are in church. And most often you find people say, oh, my child, there's something wrong with I need to pray. I need to pray. So where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line between spirituality and, acquiring the knowledge in order to parent? And the second one is trauma and parenting. I wish you could touch on that because I'm sure parents too have also had their fair share of this. What would you say to a parent who, some of them don't even know that they are dealing with trauma? So if you could touch on these 2 things. Thank you.
Yes, I will start with the second. Trauma and parenting, I can't say that one is a whole topic altogether. But as I mentioned in the morning, anything that we go through, the psychoanalyst will tell you, whatever you are taking this child through will manifest in the future. For us parents, a lot of things happened in the past that we push to our subconscious and it's coming up now. So we are also, in Africa, my one subject teacher said, I'm in school, no cry, me teacher no share my DNA, so we are living by that theory. It's like my mother didn't tell me, so I don't have to tell you. But we have to know that we are progressing, we are going forward, we are moving forward. As a child, if you were trekking to school, it doesn't mean this modern age your child should trek to school. But you have to do it in such a way that it will not affect the child. You don't overprotect the child. So trauma has its own way in this, in the training of a child and parenting. But that one is a huge topic. We can talk about it another time. And we will know the effects of trauma and the part of the brain that the trauma affects and how it's, we can associate it with this bringing up children. That one is there. So next time we can tackle on that one. And for the first one, do you want to answer the first one? Oh, I should go on. I should go on. Okay. You know, temperament is an inborn. It's something we are born with. And Councillor Nancy was talking about behavior being affected, you know, by the environment, how we behave. But as the child grows, you know, no matter how you change the location, this inborn traits always show up. But it's up to us to shape it in the way that will please the Lord. At times, a child will exhibit certain behavior. But this behavior is a learned behavior. It's not an inborn behavior. It's acquired behavior. So this child being maybe a phlegmatic, who is so quiet, so reserved, so ebegu, you know, that type. But this child is also learning something outside of the temperament and adding it to how he is. So when a parent, now that we have learned this, when a parent sees this, the parent has to question, what is happening to my child? What is going on? So one, you will pray. For Christians, first thing is prayer. But you seek next. After prayers, and you still see him exhibiting those characteristics, and you have worked on it, and it's not working, you seek professional help. Because this one is not spiritual connotation. It's not because of spiritual things. That's why this child is behaving that way. For example, when Peter was with Jesus, Peter was extreme sanguine. He was able to deny Jesus at the last minute. But Jesus, knowing how Peter is, he still called Peter, brought Peter in for Peter to build his church. Yes, so our children might exhibit certain characteristics, but we always associate things with spiritual. But there are certain things you need a counselor to come in to help you out. You will pray all right. We won't take prayer out of it. But not everything is prayer. I was having one of these adopted children. And if I tell you the things that this girl will do, I know if it were to be a parent, this girl will be in a spiritual asylum or something. This girl will wake up in the night, come and take your cream, and you ask her, I put my peppermint cream here, where is it? And she said, oh, is that your peppermint cream? Oh, maybe I treat brony vanity. So the full peppermint cream, you've used it to treat brony betty. So you look at her as if you have to beat her. One time, I decided I set a CCTV at home. CCTV camera. So something happened in the house and somebody was complaining. It's okay, don't worry. It was Saturday like this. I came from church. I said, but I have this CCTV footage here. Why don't we check? So I reversed it from that afternoon. Then I was checking. So it got to a time I stopped it. Then I reversed and recorded. So I called all the children, and including my husband. We were there. We were all watching the CCTV footage. We watched her. She came. She entered the room, did whatever she has to do, came back, look at the CCTV camera, do whatever she has to do, straighten her dress, went to the washroom, came back, do it, enter the room. Meanwhile, nobody has entered the room. So she's the only one going around doing all that. Then we were all looking at it. So after it stopped, my husband looked at her and said, so, why not? Then we all look at her. Me, I said, so you didn't see yourself. Oh, it's not me. Look at her. So anything that happens in the house, It's not her. But she is the one who will do it. So such a thing, at times I said this girl is going through spiritual issues. She will go, she's cleaning dishes, and she will be talking. She will put one plate here, say, "Fan ho betum, fan ho betum." Also, be say unsuo gum, I won't say gum, and she will be told, "Akore bibi hano." But careful guidance, talking to her, encouraging her, speaking with her, giving her funds, putting, now she's in the university. Somebody I have to repeat in JHS. I have to repeat her when she was going to the secondary school. I repeated her back to JHS to start again, to go. And now she's in the university. And when you see her, very beautiful. Her mother came to see her, and her mother was saying, "Hey, is that my child?" I said, "Yes, that's your child." And now this girl, if she's not in the house, because we need her. You will call her, she will do it, and she will do it well. So this is how it is. At times we connote spirituality with certain, but careful guidance, caring for them, talking to them, encouraging them will bring them out of these issues.
Yeah, I just wanted to just touch a little bit on the spirituality and behavior and temperament. I think we all know that the Bible does say that prayer without works is fruitless, right? So Jesus himself, the many times he healed, was mostly through instruction. If you remember the woman with the blood issue, what did she do? She had the faith, but she had to do what? She had to touch, right? So she had the faith, I'm sure she prayed, but she had to do the practical work for God, to get the result that she wants, right? So I always look at it as like, God blesses through instructions. It's the same way that if God is going to bless you, most times he uses people to use you. If he's going to use animals, it's animals. It's some object, it's going to be object. But it's always going to be in the form of doing the work. So yes, I'm a big believer in prayer. So pray about it, but do the work. And don't pray and sit there. If your child is going through some issues you don't understand, yes, pray about it. But go for professional help. If it's a medical issue, get medical support, right? So eliminate all these things. And then if you realize that it's something that, requires a counselor or professional support, seek it, because that's how you're going to get the answers that you want. In terms of the trauma and parenting, I know, like Professor Patient said, that's a whole different subject and topic. And if you remember, I said that as a parent, get to know yourself. It's never too late to learn. When you learn about yourself and you know who you are and you accept yourself for who you are, it makes it much easier for you to understand your child, for you to relate to your child. Because when you learn about yourself, that's how you learned about some of the negative patterns that you learned from your parents, so that you can unlearn it and then teach your child the proper either techniques or the behavior. Okay, so two things. Yes, prayer works, but you have to pray and do the work. Because again, I believe the Bible says prayer without works is what? Is fruitless. So now bonfire fasting all you want. But at times, if you don't put in the work in a radi can't do it. Right? So sometimes even some people don't believe in doctors. But I'm like, the other thing that radi man in nyansa say I'm doctors. Why? Because the radi, again, works through what? People, through work, through the practical part of doing things. Until yalu here bibi a doctor why a radiation. Even sometimes that doctor doesn't believe in God, but they have a purpose. Until by yalu believe, you don't believe in the kohun doctor. Now better now that's reckless. Right? God will not forgive you for that. Why? Because but you require to do the work as well. So again, all these are required with balance. We have to balance it. Right? We serve God, yes, but you also have to balance it with the practical aspects of life. So yes. And one last point I wanted to make is that, yes, counselors are available, but I just want to caution. Sometimes counselors may not be what we want. Don't make that to say, because we got one counselor, you didn't get the response you want. All counselors are not good. That's not true. Again, I recommend counselor be now. If you didn't get the results you want now, don't brush it aside. Don't let it discourage you from seeking another. There's always other counselors on the American. And you'll be an amici media Matthias or Bame wa. Ebeye minima make us say okay, counselor patience ewa only expertise in this. May referral. No, so that you get the right support. So you too, know, as a patient or as a client, learn to speak for yourself. We counselor a boy now who say, okay, you're not getting the result. Speak up. Ask for it because sometimes no crying, maybe a different technique. If I have to do more research, you're forcing me to go do more research. So why? So I can come and help you better. So be yourself, be an advocate for yourself. Speak up. Because you know what your needs are, you know what you need. When you say about now, I can't know what's now. No, Bibi Wahwa. You say we don't give advice. We guide you to the solution. Yebeka say ABC solution waha. Then we give you the option to choose. So we will guide you to the solution, but we will never force you. Say me won't buy me say we cook. What kind of problem? I say okay, make us say okay. We waha. Say na way we are a bebwao. When we say I say na bebwao, we am wow this way, we went so wow this way. And not together and the other, it's me decided. So I always set the work on you. You're gonna do the work because the end result is you have to make the decision. So please advocate for yourself. Speak up when you go to these kind of engagements. Question why? Don't be afraid to ask. There's no such thing as questions and you're good. Me say minimum, I make a say I don't have the response now. Give me time in your research. If you have a contact mommy, I will do the research and bring the response to you. And I also the more also be question means forcing me to learn on the American. We're all here to learn. Just because we counsel doesn't mean say yes, idea, but we're always learning. And so the problem is never an answer situation and answer question never. It also forces us to be what? To continue to learn so that we can help you. So this is why I wanted to end here today. And I just want to say thank you so much for the welcome, for appreciating me. When I walk into the building, I said, wow, this is beautiful. And I know there's still construction going on. And I'm just picturing how the end result and how it's going to look like once all the construction is finished. So I'll definitely will come back, maybe not this year or next year, but for sure one day you hear from me. Thank you.
Councillor Nancy, you're always welcome. You know, very soon she will be an Adventist. For sure, for sure. Because ever since she came, she has been going to Adventist church. So, yes.
The way everywhere I go, the welcome I'm getting, and we see, hey, wait there, I was even tempting me, wait there, I don't know. But slowly, move pushing me into my, but I love the service. I love the part that it's the center of it is Jesus, is God, and you're not deviating from that. And I just love the service, right? I love it. I mean, I'm Presbyterian, like I said, and we're very quiet, and I like the blend of the quietness and also the uplift, you know. So you never know. You never know.
All right. Thank you so much, Councillor Nancy, for accepting to come here, accepting the invitation. We are grateful. I know, say, it won't be an encore. You will come again. And our Bethel Church, we are happy that she's here. And whenever she comes, we welcome you into our midst. But, yes. Yes. And she's a counselor. So if you need any help, as we step outside, you can talk to her and she will help you out. Oh, Wabeng, as you can see, Wabeng pa.
I'm very shy. I'm very shy. So even when I'm me and Okrano, I'm not nervous, but it's still courage, right? Like I said, I'm still learning. So even as I learn, I ask people, okay, so how did I do? That's how we all learn. Because say, okay, maybe I'll say kasa din din din. Means me nka be kasa din 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 too much. So all these things, you know.
I wasn't saying you are shy.
Oh, daddy, me and America. No, me and America. Me and America say me. I'm just trying to tie into the different temperaments, you know, and how we can become, not for us to judge, right? Because like I said, I grew up very quiet. I even tell patients, me kasa. But certain engagement like me say, already their mommy calling. For years now, I run away from anything I have to speak, anything I have to do with talking to people too much. Me come hello, good morning, me my na me corner be, my service me na me call me baby. But as I grow and then God is calling me, he said this is the path He wants me to go in and this is the story I have to share. No? So that's what I'm saying. Every child is different. Let's try do our best to develop them and then so that they can become effective leaders that we want.
All right. What do we say to them once again? God bless you. Before we sing our closing hymn, I want to express our thanks as Bethel S.D.A. for having you. I remember those times when you used to say vote of thanks. You begin with God. We thank the Almighty God. I'll take all that for a given. But I would like you to know that we sincerely appreciate you, Councillor Nancy, Son, and Professor Patience Osei. We are glad to have you. If we had our own way, or maybe this time I should say, if I had my own way, and I'm sure a lot of the parents agree, we'll do this next Sabbath, the next Sabbath, and all the way to the end of the year, because we've learned a lot. It was very educative and insightful. So thank you so much, and God richly bless you. We will all take our hymn books and rise and sing SDA H. SDH 300.
Rock of ages, cleft for me. Ready, sing. Rock of ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from thy riven side which flowed be of sin the double cure. Cleanse me from its guilt and power.
Amen.
Let's pray. Our Father, we thank you so much for this beautiful Sabbath day. We are grateful for the opportunity we have to learn at your feet. We thank you for the resource persons you blessed us with today, Auntie Pat and Councillor Nancy. We are grateful. Please bless them and bless their ministry. Use them to reach out to many others, that through them, Father Divine, your children will have relief from their struggles and their troubles. Father Divine, we commit ourselves to you for keeping throughout the coming week. May you go before us. May you bless us and may you protect us. Help us as parents, Father Divine, to apply these things that we've learned, to train our children in your way, that when they grow, they will not depart from it. We thank you so much for your lessons and we thank you for your mercies in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, thank you all for coming. And don't forget to take advantage of free counseling before they get to their car, because from that moment on, there's 1,000 cedis per session. So take note.